The ghost of 1929 never left us. It didn't vanish with black and white photos or dusty history books. It learned how to wait, and now it's walking among us again. Pause. In 1929, the world believed it had cracked the code to endless prosperity. Stocks only went up, credit was easy, risk was ignored. Everyone felt rich, even when they weren't. Sound familiar? Back then, ordinary people borrowed money to chase the market. They bought shares with money they didn't have, trusting tomorrow would pay for today. Banks encouraged it. Politicians celebrated it. Media praised it. Until one morning, it all stopped. Silence. The crash didn't just destroy numbers on a screen. It destroyed lives. Jobs disappeared overnight. Savings evaporated. Breadlines replaced boardrooms. Hope became a luxury. But here's the part. History books whisper, not shout. The Great Depression didn't begin with a crash. The crash was only the trigger. The real damage was already done. And today, we're standing in that same shadow. Pause. Look around. Debt is everywhere. Governments are drowning in it. Corporations are addicted to it. Households can't survive without it. We're told it's normal. We're told it's manageable. We're told, this time is different. That phrase has been spoken before, right before disaster. In the late 1920s, wealth looked abundant, but it was fragile. A thin layer of confidence hiding deep structural weakness. Exactly like today. Asset prices soar while wages barely breathe. Markets hit record highs while everyday life gets harder. Food costs more, housing costs more, energy costs more. Yet we're told the economy is strong. Pause. In 1929, a small elite held most of the wealth. The same is true now. The gap between rich and poor widened until it snapped. When the system finally broke, it didn't break evenly. The powerful survived. The ordinary suffered. History doesn't repeat. It echoes. Listen closely. Back then, banks collapsed because they were overexposed to much leverage, too much speculation, too much confidence. Today, leverage hides behind complex systems and polished language, derivatives, algorithms, shadow banking, different names, same danger. The public is told not to worry. Central banks promise control. Governments promise protection. They promised the same thing in 1929. Pause. Here's the most chilling similarity. In the years before the Great Depression, warning signs were everywhere. Economic inequality, overvalued markets, rising personal debt, political polarization, global tension. People sensed something was wrong, but they didn't want to believe it because believing meant changing. Today, we scroll past the warnings. We laugh at concern. We call it pessimism. But the ghost doesn't need belief. It only needs conditions. And those conditions are forming again, slowly, quietly. Pause. The Great Depression wasn't just an economic event. It was a psychological collapse. Trust vanished. Fear spread faster than facts. When people stopped believing in the system stopped working. Ask yourself honestly, how strong is trust today? Trust in banks, trust in governments, trust in markets, trust in the future. Once trust cracks, no amount of money can fix it. That's the lesson of 1929. Silence. This doesn't mean history is destined to repeat itself exactly, but it does mean ignoring the past guarantees pain. The ghost of 1929 isn't here to scare us, it's here to warn us. It reminds us that prosperity built on debt is temporary, that markets detached from reality eventually return to it, that systems favoring the few will collapse under their own weight, and most importantly, that ordinary people always pay the highest price. Pause. The question isn't whether the ghost exists. The question is whether we're willing to see it, because history is knocking, softly, patiently, and when it knocks louder, it's already too late. Long pause. The ghost of 1929 is not a story of the past, it's a mirror, and today, we're staring directly into it.